Welcome back, people. It's Matthew. It's now the 15th of the 5th, 2017. Timestamp is 13:13 p.m. Northern Hemisphere, UK. And I'm just going to show you some different charts and things of what's happening with the sun. Because I can't just ignore it, can we? That the sun is now in a bit of a bad way, isn't it? Now these huge flares are coming towards us all the time, and it's at its solar maximum. Lots of bad space weather that's happening all around us, around the Earth. Huge chunks of rock that are bypassing and like a flyby past our Earth all the time, and it's now spilling out into news media. We're being spoon-fed the information that we're getting these huge flybys. Now you've got to think, where's it all coming from? Because it's coming from one part of our solar system, and it's at the right point of where these heavenly bodies are coming from as well. So I just I will keep an eye on this chart every single day, just looking at the monitor to seeing the different reactions and different of the activity that's going on up there as well. There's lots of trash that's being thrown about up there. I'm very surprised that the Soho cam hasn't been knocked out the way because of all this. There's too much evidence now showing that the solar activity has got a lot more stronger. This is an image of the Soho cam, the telescope that's pointing to our sun every single day, picking up all the information. And also, I believe it's going to be damaged soon one day because of the amount of debris that are up there. It's far too much that's going on up there now in our solar system, where we're seeing these red reflections up in the heavens, and also the blue reflections. Many other celestial bodies have reached our inner solar system now, so it's just about tracking everything, isn't it? Let's have a look at the jet stream, see what's going on there. This again is the storm surf jet stream as well, that's around the world. I mean, you can see that it's very erratic, and right now today, and also it goes up on the right hand side, you can see the date and the timestamps as well. Goes on further to the 18th of May, 19th of May, just to show you what's going on. And also the weather patterns are just abrupt every single place around the world, with these huge amount of earthquakes that we're seeing all the time as well. And we're seeing the stream is just finished. It's not working the way it was before. About 7 years ago it was in a constant motion all the time. It was perfect. But we've just got erratic weather patterns all over the world now, and the clouds are changing with these chemtrails that are trying to patch everything up to stop climate chaos, as it's now starting to slowly begin into a huge problem. And NOAA and NASA and other space agencies and other weather technicians around the world are getting very worried about this. We've really got to acknowledge the truth. We need to wake up to this situation, because we're running into some very hard times. Weather patterns will be a lot worse than what they are now, but us humans, we will just put up with it right to the very end. We're good at doing this. We really are. So again, it's very important to understand that the jet stream is finished now, just like the ozone layer. Our sun is burning our planet. Here's another storm surf chart, a forecast chart that's again showing proof that the the weather streams and the humidity and the temperatures as well, they're forming a lot of erratic behaviour. Now, we've not seen this before, but let me tell you, when the Earth had a huge pole shift in the past, this is what happened. It's a repeated situation from many years ago. The same patterns. And as I said before on the other video, that it's slowly creeping into a situation, isn't it? It's a very long cycle situation, and we are slowly coming towards a tipping point, because our Earth is slowly shifting south. The poles are shifting very slowly. We're shifting right now. And the technology of looking at these charts just prove it. But again, they know that a lot of people won't look at the charts and they just believe the Weather Channel, the weatherman on the TV media, and then just forget about it and just leave it to them to carry on and do what they've got to do. So it's just very important again to keep an eye on all this, all these charts. So I'm going to now go to another chart to see what's going on. This also is a Z12 hindgas chart, and it just gives you a picture and a diagram of what's going on up there, and with the weather patterns as well. Now we can see a lot of differences, can't we, with this weather pattern on the skies here. You've got a constant flow coming down here of heat, and also we've got this build up of temperatures around here on the southern hemisphere. I mean, there's a lot going on, isn't there? I mean, we should be getting 2 constant flows, okay, with the jet streams, and we're not. We're just getting just nothing now. It's just blotches of heat and temperatures that are just erratic, causing a lot of problems to our weather patterns, and also down to the Earth's core. It's, again, the sun that's affecting us all the time. And I've said it before, that the sun's been affected because it's got its companion now, NEMESIS, that's with it. And we're seeing these dark patches in our skies, and when the sun is up there, we can see that it's not dimming. It's causing the land to dim, and it's just the wrong way around. The sun, its magnetic field is twisted. I've said this before, and it needs to come out. It really does. There's a huge problem with our sun right now, and the evidence is all around us now. You can see this all around us. And like Mr. Prepozzi said here in Australia, that you can see the changes now, you know. And also, as we're talking now, the banking system is collapsing all around the world as well. And they're building them underground cities to prevent themselves from being harmed. And they're doing this again right under our noses to save themselves as this huge problem occurs. It's unraveling itself now, isn't it? Every single day we're seeing a change in our skies and also around us, all around us. Here's a map as well to show you the amount of earthquakes that happened in the last 24 hours. There was 33 earthquakes that are on this map showing now. You can see the red circles, and I mean, there's been some huge amount of earthquakes down on Earth at the moment, and they're still happening right now. As the sun is burning down towards the Earth, we're getting some problems, because these problems are coming from these coronal holes from our sun. And let's go and check to see some reports of the earthquakes. Here's a list of some recent earthquakes. You'll see these on the screen now. We've got one here in southern Sandwich Islands region, 5.1, depth 10, and you've got that longitude degrees is 24.22, and also the latitude degrees as well is 60.14. And you can see the timestamp and everything there on the left hand side. You've got another one offshore, Tarapacá, Chile, that's a 3.8. Another one as well, southeastern of Alaska, 3.5, and a 5.4 in Ryukyu Islands in Japan, and a 4.6 in the same area, and a 3.9 in Kuril Islands, 3.1 offshore O'Higgins, Chile, and a 3.5 in Cyprus region, 3.6 central Turkey, a 3.1 in Oklahoma, 3.4 in Antofagasta, Chile, another one, a 3.2. I mean, they just keep coming in all the time. I know they're not as large as a 5 point and onwards, but they are still persistent, aren't they? They're still coming through all the time. We've got a huge problem on our hands, because we didn't have this many in the early 90s, 2000s, we just had the odd large one and the odd small one, but not persistent. It's persistent all the time now. This is why they chemtrail. Because of them harmful rays going down to the Earth's core, causing all sorts of problems. Here's another one, a magnitude 5.5 earthquake, 144 kilometers away from Japan area. I mean, look at it. I mean, this is a huge one, really. But the thing is, though, they are in other parts of the world getting bigger. And this is an area where they get hit by tsunami waves. I mean, they're being blasted right now as well now. But it's so important. I've got an email off a gentleman from very close to these areas. And he says that the sun is dimming, where he's seeing different colours in the skies in the Far East. And it's so important to be able to get these messages out to them areas as well, because there's many respectable people out there that are viewing channels as well that are noticing that there's many other different things going on with their world. I mean, our Earth is being affected all the time with these earthquakes as our magnetic field is weakening. And we really just got to wake up to this, haven't we? Here's another one, a magnitude 5.6 earthquake in Chile. Now this was yesterday, but they just constantly keep getting battered with these earthquakes. As down under their ground with the Earth's core, it's so erratic down there. There's huge changes to our Earth now because of this huge wobble we're getting and the pole shift as well. I mean, everything is changing. Here's another quick list. Okay, there's been 91 earthquakes in the past 24 hours. 810 earthquakes in the past 7 days. I mean, that's a lot, isn't it? 3,827 earthquakes in the past 30 days. 39,076 earthquakes in the past 365 days. I mean, look at this as well to the right hand side. The biggest earthquakes today are 5.6 in Chile. This week there was a 6.8 in another part of the world as well, in Sanma. And the Philippines, a 6.9. And this was this month. That's a large quake. And this year as well, the Papua New Guinea quake that we've noticed, a 7.9. I mean, when's the next one coming? I mean, it's just changing all the time, isn't it? I mean, we're seeing this all the time, and it's important, as I said, to just keep tracking all the information. And also, this is the NOAA's National Oceanic Atmosphere Chart. I mean, this is their webpage. And I've noticed and come across this. The US had the second wettest, 11th warmest April on record. I mean, that is warm, isn't it, for April? I mean, they're saying that things, just blatantly saying that everything's heating up, isn't it? We are starting to warm up now, aren't we? But they still try and say that it's us, and use that global warning the hoax all the time, when we're just heading closer towards them heavenly bodies. They are coming in now. We're seeing them blues and reds, reflections and colours from on the horizons before the sun comes up. We're seeing them all the time. So we're just noticing, aren't we, that all these bits of information we see on these web pages and things, you can put them all together, can't you, and start coming up with the truth. This is a tsunami warning strike map. You can see this. Now, this is from the past 30 days. There was warnings. Here is information statement on the 8th of May 2017 at 5:09. And this is Alaska. There was a warning. Down here as well, there was a final threat message on the 28th of April 2017 at 21:52. Because of these earthquakes, these tsunami waves can cause a lot of problems to people's lives and their valuables and houses. Information again on the 9th of May 2017. It's just all picking up that information, isn't it, all the time? Don't know if you can see that. Just getting a glimpse of that, can't you? I mean, This one here says information statement, 10th of May 2017, 2351. There was another huge threat there as well, this part of the world. They just don't say anything, do they, on news media, and I just want to try and get the message and the words out there. I'm hoping you can see this, but this is other space weather that's causing problems to our Earth. The magnetic field is being constantly watched by the Geospace Delta B North American chart. And this chart dates from the 9th of the 5th, 2017, right up to now, at their time, as the 16th, 17th of May. I mean, you can see this, can't you? These huge blasts. This is our Earth, and just basically, this solar flares are beating off our atmosphere right now. It's getting a lot stronger all the time. The ratios are getting higher. You can see this, can't you, on the charts? I just hope it is big enough for you to see this, because I'm still having some trouble trying to zoom in and out on this this video, so I'll sort it out this evening to try and get it so it's showing right full as well. It is getting hot, isn't it, out there? There is a lot of problems. I mean, the sun is just belting it out everywhere now. It's just erratic, out of control, just like a mad bull. It's just out of control right now. And anything can, it really could happen just at any moment in time now. We're on borrowed time all the time now. This chart is in effect right now as we talk, 17th of May 2017, and it's also tracking the auroras. As you can see on the chart as well, they've just got different levels what's going on. There's a lot of activity right above our heads right now, and the power grids could go down. They're watching it and tracking it every time now. We could wake up, all wake up tomorrow morning, that's it, no power. We'd have to start like we did humanity in the Dark Ages and work up the way we did before, because once the huge solar event hits our electric supplies around the globe, we've got nothing. We'll have to start again. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be stressed out with this. So again, it's very important to check all the charts and keep an eye on everything. Here's another chart as well, to look at the space weather, what's going on, and I'll be looking at this as well for you, all the time, to see if I can catch anything that's going on up there. Because we have seen objects that have been flying by our sun all the time. And I've got this on a huge monitor, and I just keep track of it and see what I can find, because when these huge solar flares come into play, they give the game away by showing up those heavenly bodies as well, the round celestial objects that are up there with our sun. As the brown dwarf star, you can only see it with an infrared telescope, but with the reflections from the sun you can see the shadows. And also you can see on this this chart there's something that goes across the sky here as well. Very interesting. But I'll go and show you another chart now. This is another piece of information from NOAA as well. Just tracking those solar flares and the activity in the coronal holes. I mean, look at the size of the coronal hole now. It's just got... I mean, the sun looks like it's cracked in two. There is so much that's going on up there. So just providing the charts and the information on screen is what I'm here to do. And also Mr. Jeff P, respect to you as well, doing some fantastic work seeing them objects as well up in the skies, and many other channels doing the same thing too. We're all a community, and we just got to stick together to show the truth. Let's not be dismayed by those negative trolls. Let's just be strong and just carry on. So again, it's just slowly getting worse, isn't it, up there? It really is. We're seeing huge differences all the time. This is another aurora chart forecast for 2017 on the 15th of the 5th. This is today. And it also shows the auroras. And these are blasts from our sun. Thanks to the sun, it's melting the ice caps. The poles are melting, not because of climate change, it's because we've got these coronal holes that are blasting out these flares. They still won't say anything, they still won't admit the truth, but we all know now that what's going on up there. Very strange times. And also the polars ice, it's cracking up, it's melting away, and it's melting at a rapid pace now. Terrible situation. So please don't be the ones that are stuck on that fence. Let's start prepping and preparing for this big life-changing event. All the time we're seeing the differences of our celestial body, the Earth, as it's slowly slipping south. And it really is. We're spinning around in this orbit. We've got huge asteroids and comets and trash that's being pulled through now from this huge incoming system. The behaviour of the sun is very strange. And we all know it's because of that binary twin, the Death Star NEMESIS. This is another live chart that's been recognised before of these solar activity that's just spewing out to the other celestial bodies, affecting all of them. We're all being affected now by these objects and these coronal holes with this huge mass injections just spewing out to all the other planets around our inner solar system, Earth, Mars, and other objects, heavenly bodies. Because we've now got that brown dwarf star that's making our sun more erratic every single day. So we've just got to keep monitoring all the different information out there to provide this to all the subscribers, that things are changing drastically all the time. I'm going to go now, and I'll be back this evening with another video to see what the skies are on the Mexico cams and other cams and NASA cams, and pick up some other cams as well on other information that's going on out there as well. So respect to all of you, and take care, and keep safe. From Matt Rogers. Very surprised that the Soho cam hasn't been knocked out the way because of all this. There's too much evidence now showing that the solar activity has got a lot more stronger. This is an image of the Soho cam, the telescope that's pointing to our sun every single day, picking up all the information. And also, I believe it's going to be damaged soon one day because of the amount of debris that are up there. It's far too much that's going on up there now in our solar system, where we're seeing these red reflections up in the heavens, and also the blue reflections. Many other celestial bodies have reached our inner solar system now. So it's just about tracking everything, isn't it? Let's have a look at the jet stream, see what's going on there. This again is the storm surf jet stream as well that's around the world. I mean, you can see that it's very erratic. And right now today, and also it goes up on the right hand side, you can see the date and the timestamps as well. Goes on further to the 18th of May, 19th of May, just to show you what's going on. And also the weather passes our Earth all the time. And it's now spilling out into news media. We're being spoon-fed the information that we're getting these huge flybys. Now you've got to think, where's it all coming from? Because it's coming from one part of our solar system, and it's at the right point of where these heavenly bodies are coming from as well. So I will keep an eye on this chart every single day, just looking at the monitor to seeing the different reactions and different of the activity that's going on up there as well. There's lots of trash that's being thrown about up there. Welcome back, people. It's Matthew. It's now the 15th for the 5th 2017. Timestamp is 13:13 PM Northern Hemisphere, UK. And I'm just going to show you some different charts and things of what's happening with the sun, because I can't just ignore it, can we? That the sun is now in a bit of a bad way, isn't it? Now these huge flares are coming towards us all the time, and it's at its solar maximum. Lots of bad space weather that's happening all around us, around the Earth. Huge chunks of rock that are bypassing them, like a flyby pass. Patterns are just abrupt every single place around the world, with these huge amount of earthquakes that we're seeing all the time as well. And we're seeing the stream is just finished. It's not working the way it was before. About 7 years ago it was in a constant motion all the time. It was perfect. But we've just got erratic weather patterns all over the world now, and the clouds are changing with these chemtrails that are trying to patch everything up to stop climate chaos, as it's now starting to slowly begin into a huge problem. And NOAA and